Hello everyone to a beautiful rainy day here in Bavaria, and this is the BMW i5 M60, the most powerful version of the i5 and the Touring, so you get even more space. If your company has electric cars as company cars, of course you want your employee to charge at home. It's cheaper for you and it's easier for the employee. Tronity has a software solution for you to know how much you have to pay your employee for charging at home. With the Fleet Manager you manage your employees and your cars. Tronity connects to the cars and knows exactly when the car is charging at home and how much. And then you get an easy monthly bill for your employee. If you want to know more, there's a link in the description below. We have an 84 kilowatt hour battery, 81 kilowatt hours can be used. WLTP range is 520 kilometers, around that. We have all-wheel drive, 600 horsepower, 3.9 seconds from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour. Top speed is 230 kilometers an hour. Charging AC with 22 kilowatt and DC with a peak of 206. I think I've seen 210, but there's of course charging loss. The trunk is very long, but not extremely deep, and the second floor is for nothing. Maybe a tiny bag, a thin one can fit in there. Not even a charging cable fits in there. And there is no frunk. I cannot get even into the hood in the front. There's no button for anything. On the rear seats we have a window opening here, air vents in the door, or in the B pillar, air vents here in the middle. We have a big display where you can turn on the seat heating and where you want the air in the rear. And it's we also have a USB-C here in front of us of each seat, and then this little thing where you can get a special attachment for a phone, for a tablet, gaming console and stuff like this. Space-wise, this seat is in my position. I'm 180 centimeters tall, around 6 feet, and I have enough leg room. I can even put, the seat is all the way down, I can put my feet underneath. We have a gigantic hump here in the middle, so when you sit in the middle to get out is a real hassle. Headroom, I have also a lot. I have space, but I feel a bit cramped. I don't know. Of course we have an armrest as well and two lights here on the top. On the front seat there are a lot of buttons and a lot of things that are unusual. So I have my seat memory seats, of course, and in the door I have window opening and mirror adjustment and locking. The locking is in the door, so you have to press sideways. The same for the seat memory, but then there's also a button to get into the seat menu. The same here with the light. You have your light switches from auto to something in the rear fog lights, but then there's a settings buttons for the light. The air vents, you can adjust where they go with manual thing, but to open and close it you have a little digital thing that you can move from 0 to 1, and you have this all over the car. On the steering wheel it has easy entry. I haven't found the setting to turn that off. I have found it for the seat. I have googled it and they say it should be in the assist thing for info on the steering wheel, but it's not there, so I have to turn the car on and then the steering wheel comes down and I get this amazing sound. We have on the left our indicator, on the right our wiper for the front and the rear, and auto functions of course. We have the boost pedal shifter here, so you get a lot of power, and with the boost button for 10 seconds you have even then the full power of 600 horsepower. Launch control is a bit easier than in an Audi. You don't have to go into special settings, you just press the brake with your left foot and floor it with your right foot, accelerator pedal, and you're in launch mode. So no problem at all. On the left of the steering wheel we have our cruise control. You can change the mode, temperature, temperature, speed, and on and off of course, but you cannot adjust the distance. This is done in the infotainment system. And on the right you have music control and then a button to change the view and what you can see in the head-up display and in the cockpit. In the middle we have start-stop stop button. You need that. When you get into the car without the start stop button, you cannot drive. Gear selector. Talk about the gears in a second. And then a lot of buttons for media, telephone, navigation, home, assist system, drive modes, park assist, volume, next song, previous song, stuff like this. And then this big gigantic wheel where you can adjust stuff as well if you want to. Headroom, I have a lot, and I don't feel cramped here in the front. A little overview: when you press the start stop button with the brake, the car comes to life with a little sound. We have always the map in here, and on the left you have different things that you can adjust. So it doesn't have to be, you can remove stuff and put other stuff in there. There's some help thing, I have media in there, and I had my driving data. And I have the battery preconditioning here. But this car, you can navigate to a charger, it will preheat automatically, or you can preheat it with a button. And it takes around 15 minutes, which is cool. Underneath, we have our temperature for the left, and then with the seat, you have a steering wheel heater, seat ventilation, and seat heating. And then, of course, the same for the passenger, except for the steering wheel. We have extra climate settings that are a bit confusing. I mean, here, why are there 5 things? Because of how many? But this goes like to the knee, but I want it to the feet. I don't know, the whole thing. Why is there not normal buttons? That would be way easier. I find it a bit, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of this. You have all of your apps in here, millions of apps, and the settings are in different menus. So for locking, it's in a different menu. For the light, it's in a different menu. It would be nice. You can select here car, and then you only get the car settings. But still, this is all for car. Everything here. So charging stuff, you need extra charging menu. An infotainment system, all apps, you can do all of this, and the last time used and stuff. I don't like the infotainment system too much. It's okay, but it's not amazing. I find it that I can only see 3 things, and you have a lot of favorites if you scroll down that you can put in here, 8 favorites, and then a few up here, which is nice. Overall, I use a lot of times these buttons because, for example, if you put it into gear, first it's in D, that's regenerative braking as you can set it. You can set it to none, light or strong, and then in strong it's the same as in B, but in B it also brings you to a standstill. In D it doesn't do that. When you are driving like now, and then I turn the car off, sometimes it doesn't put the parking brake on. Maybe I'm too slow with getting off the accelerator pedal too fast, the brake too fast, I don't know. Auto hold here. Most important is your assist system, where you get right away speed limit warning and lane departure warning. You can turn them off right away, which is awesome. You can have iconic sounds. It's horrible, turn it off right away. And then we have some drive modes: personal, sport, efficient, and others. I have personal, sport, and efficient for range, sport if I want to use some sport, and then otherwise it's always in personal every time you get into the car. You can go to home also here. Cockpit can be a few different designs, but it's not dramatic different, like this, and then smaller, and then a bit different. You have all the information in there that you need, from state of charge, range, of course, but I think we should drive. The car drives really, really nice. It's nice and quiet in here. It's very comfortable, even though this is a sporty car, but it can be changed. If you go in sport mode, it's a bit more sporty. Overall, it's really nice. The steering I find a bit heavy, but it's fine. It's not too direct. I see everything in a head-up display. It tells me when the next speed limit is coming, and I can set it then to my cruise control. And in the cruise control setting, I can even put in that it should be plus minus a special number. So I, for example, have in take the speed limit plus 9 kilometers an hour. So when it's 60 and I press set, this is our overspeed warning. It's not too bad, but of course we want to turn that off. That's for sure. The power is of course very, very strong. And again, when you press the boost button, then the accelerator pedal is very sensitive and it acts differently. So when the boost is over the 10 seconds, you notice that the accelerator pedal is doing something different. Regenerative braking is really strong in B, but I said in D2, but B brings you to a standstill, and that's really nice. You can adjust it very nicely. It feels good. Let's turn the things off. Cruise control. You press the I/O button and then it is in the system that you put it before. Speed limiter, cruise control, or cruise control with steering assist. It tells me right away, do you want to set it to 100 kilometers an hour? I press set and it goes to 109. Like I said, it did it to 9 kilometers an hour more. And then it holds the distance, but again, there's no distance setting on the steering wheel. If you want to adjust this, you have to go into settings. Right now it's on minimum. I can adjust the speed, of course, by 1, and when I press strong, it's by 10, done really nicely. And I forgot to mention, of course, steering assist. It works on the country road okay. On the highway, it's really good. I'm gonna show you when we are on the highway, because the special thing about the steering assist is that when you are on the highway and it says Assist Plus is enabled, you have to say yes, I acknowledge what Assist Plus does every time we drive. And then it steers itself and you don't have to touch the steering wheel. And then when you are behind a truck or something, and it checks if the left lane on the highway is open to go there. It will also say, hey, you can go to the left lane, it's faster. And then you just look into the left mirror and will go over, does the whole thing itself. You don't have to put the indicator in the same way back, which is really cool. But now it's time to accelerate. I go into sport mode, go to my normal spot, and then do the launch control. It's wet road, so we might not get a great number. So that was awesome, great acceleration. Launch mode is cool because when you engage it, the car even goes a bit down and the seat belt is tightened. When you go in sport mode, the seat on the side is holding you more in place. That's really cool. And we got 3.86 seconds. That's exactly the same as I think the Polestar 4 had and the Audi S6 e-tron. But now we drive on the highway, drive the normal speeds, see how loud it is in here, and then maybe drive a bit faster. But I doubt we can do 230 today, the top speed. But I will make an extra video where I drive this car a bit faster. 130, amazingly comfortable, nice and quiet in here. Everything is nice, awesome. 150. It's the same. It's maybe the tiniest amount louder. So at higher speeds, it doesn't get extremely loud in here. Steering is fine. I find the suspension overall, so above 200, it's not extremely stable. It's not horrible, but for an M60 I was expecting a bit more. And what I also noticed, this car is a bit affected by side wind. And I mean, when you drive by a truck, so you have a bit of wind, then there's no wind with the truck, and then a bit of wind again, it moves around. It's not the best. Okay, my opinion on this car. Power is amazing. Space in the trunk, I'm a bit disappointed. Space in the rear seats as well. On the front is nice. Infotainment system is okay. I'm not the biggest fan. I love that they have a lot of settings and shortcuts. Assist system turn off is pretty nice. Head-up display is very nice. The cockpit is nice. Steering feels awesome. The steering is a bit thick, but it's okay. Power is amazing, cornering is amazing. Driving 130, 150 or country road, it's so nice and quiet and comfortable. High speed, it's not the best and I was expecting more. Cruise control and steering assist is awesome, except for the cruise control that I cannot adjust the distance on the steering wheel. I would like that because I like it on the highway short distance, and on the country road a bit more. Steering assist, especially on a highway with Assist Plus, is just amazing. I mean, I just turn it on and Assist Plus is ready and it gives me the message and I don't have to touch the steering wheel. It's just awesome. If you want to follow me on Instagram, BatteryLife1, and if you want to support the channel, there's a Patreon link in the description below. And here on YouTube, there's also channel membership. And if you want to know what's happening behind the scenes, I have a third YouTube channel, Behind the Battery. But that's it for me. Thank you much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.